What's up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and let's recap and review Married to Medicine. I think this is season 11. I want to say episode 8 or 9. I don't know. It'll be correct in the description box below. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I wasn't into this episode. I got bored. But let's talk about it. Y'all know sometimes before we get into the review, we get a little spicy, just a little bit. And I just got a few things to talk to y'all about. So I guess Phaedra wasn't lying when she said she got jobs, because it looks like Phaedra has a partnership with the Silk almond milk brand. And this was coming from the Roa Talk, and it says Phaedra has partnered with Silk to expose the serial liars. I said that's on brand for her because she liked to lie. So I said, okay, Phaedra, get your partnerships. On top of that, I saw this advertisement for this cruise where you can go on a cruise with several Real Housewife Bravo ladies or whatever. So it's called the Ultimate Ladies Cruise. It's from September the 15th to September the 19th, and it's hosted by Wonder on the Seas. Cynthia Bailey will be there. You got Phaedra. You got Margaret Josephs from Real Housewives of New Jersey. Then from Real Housewives of Orange County, you have Tamra Judge. And from Real Housewives of Orange County and Beverly Hills, you have Taylor Armstrong. So she wasn't lying when she said she got her job. So kudos to Phaedra. And while we're talking about Phaedra decided to take to, the internet to vindicate herself about Heavenly saying that she never paid her money. Well, I think things got lost in translation with Heavenly, because Heavenly on the one hand said the lady didn't pay her money, but then she cleaned it up and said she did pay her money. What it boils down to is they were begging Phaedra all season, like, girl, where's the check? Where's the check? Where's the check? But then she never gave it. Like, she waited until the end of the season to give them the check. So a lot of people felt like she was about to renege on the money. So Phaedra decided, you know what, I'm gonna vindicate myself, and so she posted screenshots of her check, and it was dated on July the 8th, 2024. And then she also put this in her Insta story saying, when they don't F with you, but they never miss a story. And so a lot of people were like, girl, that's not the amount that you said you owe, which was supposed to be like 55 thousand and something dollars. And so, because if you look at the check, it says $35,006.70. Well, later on we found out that that was the difference, because another group of like donations came into the ladies after the charity event wrapped. So Phaedra was paying the difference. So somebody on Twitter decided to reach out to Dr. Heavenly and said this: that's still not the full amount, but thoughts at Dr. Heavenly. So Dr. Heavenly responded by saying, it was months later. The 100K check she wrote was not good that night. Keep watching. I'm happy a great cause finally got paid. Kudos to her for paying. So pretty much Heavenly is like, yeah, she finally paid us. I mean, I get it. I still don't think it's that big of a deal as long as you got your money. But I do understand, if you're going to boast so much about how you have all these jobs and these women ain't on your level, then when you write a check on that night, it should clear. Nobody should be running you down, hunting you down to get their money from you. That's just the thought that I have. So next is Sweet Tea. So Sweet Tea took to her Twitter to talk about why she has a YouTube channel, and this is what she said. It's important that I share my perspective on my YouTube channel, because too often people twist the narrative and spread misinformation. I've always had respect for others, but let's be clear, I've never and will never let anyone try me, no matter how long they've been on TV or what their career is. This channel is about my story and spreading awareness and showing my authentic lens of my life, including the real drama I have experienced. I give you the truth, not filtered versions. It's not about bashing others, no matter how much people might try to spin it. My true supporters know my truth and the real story. Hashtag Married to Medicine, hashtag Married to Medicine, hashtag Sweet Tea. So then she added a video to this as well.
Realize how much I could talk. Like, I was like, I'd be so shy, but I like conversational things. We're on a TV program and all that, and there's a lot of people are following us. And Gregory works with a lot of people in mental health. Like, you can't put those type of things out, and we ain't gonna brush over it like you was just playing. Like, that's really not funny. And I just didn't like how that's done, and how everybody's kind of like, oh, it's not a big deal. Like, all you people are doctors. Like, let's be smart. Can we be smart? smart. It's not being smart. It's not being smart. And, especially when the ladies always is talking about materialistic things and I got this and that. Like, I think that we could have done more with more than $25,000 or $15,000. I think that we could have had we really brainstormed and come together and raise awareness. And those are things that are important to me. I love philanthropy. I love giving back. But also, this is a cause that's going to benefit all of Black women.
Here's the thing. I do not think it's wrong that Sweet Tea has her own YouTube channel, nor do I think it's wrong that Heavenly has her own YouTube channel. Do I agree with everything that either party says? No, I don't. But as someone who has a YouTube channel and I know the hard work and the time it takes to put into the channel, I'm never going to be like, you can't do what you want to do. Okay? I'm not. But what I have an issue with Sweet Tea is her trying to shroud herself in this victimhood narrative because, girl, you got on a show to beef with your husband's ex-wife. Like, let's call a spade and a thing a thing. She can act all day like that's not what it is, but why would you ever want to join a show with your ex-husband's wife with her friend group? Other to then be in an adversarial role against her. And Heavenly has says multiple times that is how they shop the story to you, and you never outright deny it. You've actually said that, like, yeah, that's what was told to me, and yet you still signed up for it. So you already started off wrong, thinking that you was gonna get on this show and be the new it girl because you was going up against Quad, and it backfired. Now, am I saying that Heavenly isn't problematic? No, Heavenly is problematic AF. Do she make me laugh? Yes, she does, but she has said some things that have definitely crossed the line and she should be checked for it. But to act like Sweet Tea has not done anything when, girl, you played in the mud with this lady, you got just as nasty as her. And here's the thing. Heavenly initiated it by saying my mama could have more babies. My mom has a better chance of having babies with Dr. G than her. And then you said her mama was in hell. You didn't have to respond to that, but you respond to it with a nasty dig. So why didn't you think she was going to respond to you with a nastier dig? Like, that's the game you play when you decide to get in the mud with somebody like Heavenly or anybody for that matter. You don't know what's going to come out of somebody's mouth. So it is what it is. So talking about Heavenly got up on her YouTube channel saying that supposedly Toya didn't pay her, donation, or she took it back. So it says this: Toya clapped back at Dr. Heavenly for saying she didn't donate to their fundraising gala. I won't entertain a woman who tries to hide her life and secrets by creating drama with the cast. So, like I said, Heavenly was on her YouTube channel. And basically, and I want to play it, but she cussing, and I don't got time for this video to not be monetized. But basically, she said that Toya only paid $1,000, and Dr. Jackie had to keep asking her for the money, and then Toya got an attitude about it and basically reneged, and they ended up just giving her money back. So Toya responded to Heavenly in the comments of the video by saying this girl is always lying for attention. If I would have known her as a child, I would have tried to give her the love she lacks. I'll bring my receipts and more to the reunion. I won't entertain a woman who is trying to hide her life and secrets by creating drama with the cast. Hashtag attention seeker, hashtag liar. So then Dr. Heavenly responded by saying, bring the receipts. At Dr. Jackie said you didn't pay a dime. The truth is the truth. So here's the thing. Dr. Jackie got to stop using Heavenly as a mouthpiece, because if you were mad about that lady not paying you or like begging for her money back or having an attitude that she had to give $1,000, then you should have told Toya you didn't like her behavior. And Heavenly got to stop checking everybody's pockets. Girl, it's enough. It's enough. But I am interested to see what's going to happen down at the reunion and who got their receipts. So like I said, this episode was kind of boring to me, but here we are. So it opens up and we are at Toya's house, and we see her oldest son, Ashton, sitting at the kitchen table with Eugene. And, Toya ends up saying that she wants to throw a baby shower. Eugene and Ashton's faces were like, girl, what? And she's like, yeah, I want to throw a baby shower for Stormy. And Eugene said, who is Stormy? And Ashton is like, her Birkin. And she was like, how do you know? Because he was like, you made that your entire personality. When I said, ooh. When I tell you Ashton was on Toya's neck the entire episode, he said the bag was ugly. He said, you really about to lie to your friends and act like you pregnant? Girl, what are we doing? I said, oh, I like Ashton. Plus, he is such a cutie. He looks like Toya. He's basically Toya in boy form, and he's adorable. So Toya ends up saying, like, you can make sure smash burgers. And Ashton was like, well, how much you gonna pay me? And she was like, why do I need to pay you? And Eugene was like, no, you do need to pay him because you got Birkin money. So I think Toya spent $3,200 on her Birkin. And mind you, I Googled, like, what's the cheapest Birkin? And what popped up on Google said the cheapest Birkin is $2,000. And I said, what is the most expensive Birkin? And it was $1.9 million. It's called the Ginza Tanaki Birkin, and it was a collaboration with Hermes and a Japanese jeweler, and it's worth $1.9 million. I don't think it's a cute bag, but hey, if you gonna spend your money, spend your money. It's your money, do you. I'm not really a purse type of girl. I like a cute little satchel, but I don't be hating on what people spend their money on. You worked hard, spend it on something, spend it is yours. So we switch over to this scene with Jackie, Simone, Quad, and Heavenly going over the finances of what they like acquired from the gala to make sure that everything's on the up and up. So they sit down and they realize that the numbers are not adding up to what they said on the previous episode, where they said they got like $54,000 or $55,000. And, Phaedra said that she was going to pay the difference. So Quad is looking at the numbers and she's like, this doesn't look like what y'all saying it's supposed to look like. So you definitely, like, what is missing? And so Jackie ends up saying that somebody reneged on their $4,000. And Quad said, okay, what was the renege on? Like, what was the auction piece? And so Jackie said it was a date. So pretty much the guy that said he wanted to pay $4,000 to go on a date with Phaedra reneged. And Heavenly already told us that. She said that guy was under the impression, because Phaedra told him that this was like for TV purposes, and like they really wouldn't take your money. But I guess he found out, like, no, we want my $4,000. So then he said, I can't give y'all $4,000. I can't do it. So he reneged on it. so they're like, oh, okay. So Quad is tickled because she was like, I guess Phaedra not selling like it used to. I said, I guess not either, girl. So then Heavenly ends up saying, girl, why didn't you just ask me to be the co-chair? Why did you ask Phaedra of all people? And Jackie just ends up saying, well, Phaedra presents herself like she isn't connected to everybody. She's on all these different shows. I just thought she could really help us out. But you know what? I was wrong and I should have chose you. And so Heavenly ends up saying, like, in her confessional, Phaedra has this, like, grandiose idea that she's, like, better than us and she could do all these things. And the thing about it is, Phaedra ain't no better than any of us. And that's the thing. That's why it kind of annoys me that everybody's online is acting like Phaedra is getting bullied and she's such this downtrodden person, when Phaedra has been just as nasty to other people. When she thinks people are beneath her, she will let them know. So the fact that she felt so emboldened to tell these women that, like, she ain't gonna let no bitches like these make her feel any type of way, like y'all not on her level, when it's like intellectually and it looks like monetarily they are on the same level as you. You might be a little bit higher than them. You got your nerve. And I don't think it's anything wrong with them clowning her, because why are all of a sudden are y'all taking up for Phaedra, a known liar? Somebody who, when we first were introduced to Phaedra, lied about her due date. Something very simple. And was trying to, like, flip the narrative and gaslight everyone like they was crazy, when it's like, no, sis, you're a liar. A liar. Like, I can't do it with y'all. I can't. So I don't care. So then we see Simone and Jackie role play, because Jackie needs to call Phaedra in order to be like, hey, girl, we missing some money and we gonna have to up your price. So they do it. It was funny. It was cute. And it was a nice scene. We have is like a couple's dinner where we see Cecil, Simone, Contessa and Scott, Sweet Tea and Gregory, and then we also see the new couple, Dr. Mimi, and I think his name is Steven. Yeah, I think it's Steven. So they sit down with her. Everyone's excited to have a new doctor in the group. She's a psychiatrist like Gregory. And she pretty much says that, like, she's here to get to know everybody and not judge. Contessa's like, girl, we gonna break you. You gonna be fighting with us, cussing everybody out here soon. And she's like, no. And I was like, girl, She not lying. As they sit there, we get a little more backstory about their relationship. We find out that they met once Steven was retired from the NFL and Mimi was in residency, and his window looked into her window. They were in like an apartment complex, and he finally like went and talked to her. And she at first wasn't feeling him because she was just like, "You're a professional athlete. I know how y'all get down." But now that they're together, she realizes he wasn't the stereotype. They have 2 kids together, a boy and a girl. They've been married since 2015. And, he said that they're coming up on their 10-year wedding anniversary. I think they're a nice couple. We also find out that they're millennials. So that gives Sweet Tea like new people in the group that she could possibly connect to, because she's no longer the only millennial in the group. I don't know. My nose is itchy. I'm sorry, y'all. And so as they're sitting down, they also ask Sweet Tea, so what you been up to? She says she been working. She's trying to get this group or this app going, trying to normalize age gap dating. Bro, I was watching Erica De Niro's video, her review on this, and when she says you are trying to normalize people, trying to help women date their fathers, I was eating cereal. The way I choked on my cereal, because I said, ooh. Because that's basically what it is. Because finding out that Sweet Tea's dad is younger than Dr. Gregory, I was like, ugh. Like, and I don't understand why she wants this to be normalized, because here's the thing. For me, the highest I will go is 5 years. If you're 5 years older than me, I feel like we're still in the same era. Like, there's still things that we can relate to each other. And I probably would date someone only 2 years younger than me. But I don't think I would date any man that's 30 or 23 years older than me, because that's the age difference between Greg and Sweet Tea. And she in the confessional being like, I'm a success story with the ring. And I said, well, girl, that's not a success to me. You and him have only been married for like 2, maybe 3 years. A success story to me would be in the next 10 years, if you still feel the same way about him when he's like 66 years old and you're like 43. Like, do you still get butterflies? Is your sex life still going good? Like, do you still like him? That to me would be a success story. Just saying that you got married is a success is not something that I find very success worthy, because it's just kind of like marriages end so quickly. And also people be getting married like that. So it's like, I don't know, girl. So we even see her teaching some class to girls who want to start age gap dating. I said, I don't know. It's probably because my mom instilled in me old men give you worms, that I have never really found old men attractive. It's just like a certain subset. And I already told y'all, I ran down my list. I said, if it's not Idris Elba, Oscar Isaac, Pedro Pascal, Morris Chestnut, who else is fine? If the man was straight and looked like Coleman Domingo, if you're looking like them in your 40s and 50s, I slide on through. None of the men that they had at that speed dating, I said, oh my God, just cornballs. I can't do it. So Simone basically lets them know that they are going to be having a couples retreat. They're going to Key West. It's going to be hosted by Cecil and Simone and also Dr. Heavenly. The energy shifts right when they say Heavenly's name. Contessa has an attitude, and Sweet Tea has an attitude, and Contessa is just kind of like, are you sure about this? This is a conversation you need to have with her, not with us. Well, Simone ends up saying, well, I wanted Heavenly to help me host the trip because I feel like I'm hoping she'll take a softer approach with everybody around. So then Sweet Tea's energy is very off. Like, now she got an attitude, and Simone points it out. She was like, Sweet Tea, your energy really shifted. Like, what's up? And she was like, that lady don't respect me or my marriage, and I don't want her trying to mess with this. And Simone was like, I don't think she would try to destroy your relationship. Like, I don't think it's that deep. And you can tell that at this point, a lot of everyone's kind of tired, because the situation that happened between Sweet Tea and Heavenly, it shouldn't be that deep in the sense of they don't know each other. So the reason why Sweet Tea is holding on to this is beyond me. Whereas I can understand Contessa and Heavenly because there was history there. right there. And I think that's why Simone and the rest of the ladies are more invested in mending that relationship than Sweet Tea and Heavenly, because it's like, y'all don't really know each other. Heavenly even said in this episode, girl, you don't know me. Y'all don't know each other. Y'all really haven't taken the time to get to know each other. And I feel at this point, Sweet Tea needs to let it go, because it's like, you haven't apologized to her. You're always constantly asking for an apology, but you should apologize for the things that you said to her, just like she should apologize to you. And there would be a clean slate, because you're constantly begging this lady for an apology, but you won't admit your own faults. Time for Sweet Tea's speed dating event. I do think the event space that she had was very pretty, very beautiful. The drinks that she had looked really nice. She's excited for this situation. She ends up saying that, a lot of women my age love an older man, like they're more mature, they're very sexy, they're very secure. And they flash back to when Sweet Tea said that she sent him a baby emoji, and because she was ready for a family, saying, I can give you what you need. I said, okay, girl. Okay. So we end up seeing, I think it was Mimi, Contessa, and Toya pull up. Everybody is impressed with her event space. They were like, oh girl, you did a really good job, because it was really nice. Even the setup of the food and the drinks was really cute. And then you see Phaedra pull up in this leopard outfit. Basically, Phaedra is there to date, but she's there to date younger. Low-key, Phaedra being added to this, I was just like, yeah, girl. They purposely picked a millennial for her to date, because she ends up liking this boy named Czech. He's 30 years old, because there was nobody else that was in that lineup that was his age. Everybody else was like, I think between the ages like 40 and like 54. And you had one person that was a millennial, and Phaedra said that she was there to date somebody young. Greg gets there, and then we actually see the participants for the speed dating, and they're supposed to be Greg's friends, and I said, they lame just like him, okay. And Sweet Tea basically said, this isn't a sugar baby situation, this is real love. And I'm glad Toya called it out. She said, girl, ain't nobody dating anybody that much older than them if it's not for money and security. And production was like, well, girl, you said last season you like him because you get a little bit access to the money. So girl, what? What? I said, okay, Sweet Tea. But I was glad Toya clocked. So the man named George was a complete turnoff, because he brings a gift and he has money in the bag and he just dumps it on the table. I would have been offended. Like, you thought that was going to be enough to get me? He was lame. There was some other man, even Phaedra's face was like, ugh. I was like, yeah, girl, he's gross. He's gross. So Phaedra ends up picking Czech. We end up seeing, the girls like talking and mingling. We also see Simone pull up, and Simone brings Heavenly. Sweet Tea is irritated. And granted, she has a right to be, because don't be inviting somebody I'm not cool with to my event. Let's be honest. And so Heavenly saying hi to everybody. She says hello to Contessa. Contessa's like, I'm good, and so is my mother. And I said, okay, girl. I'd have been like, all right, you still mad? And Contessa's like, I don't know how she can just come in here and think everything's okay. Contessa, you just want to be mad. You just really want to be mad. But she also says that she wants to have a private conversation with Heavenly. So I'm like, okay, cool. So Simone ends up saying that she's trying to mend fences before they go on the Key West trip, because she was like, she don't really want no bad blood while they there. So that's why she brought Heavenly. She should have told Sweet Tea, but we here now. So we see Sweet Tea pull Heavenly to the side, and the conversation starts off, and Sweet Tea says, I'm not happy with the way you behaved on social media. And Heavenly's like, and same to you. And that's the part that annoys me with Sweet Tea, because why are you acting like you weren't saying mean things back? Like, I think that's my issue. Like, you can say mean stuff to people, but if you're asking them to apologize to you so the slate can be wiped clean, then you should also give them an apology as well. I also think it's mad pathetic for her to constantly beg Heavenly for an apology when you have said it yourself out your own mouth that lady doesn't respect you. She doesn't respect your marriage. So anytime she gives you an apology, it's never going to be good enough. So we are on Heavenly's like second or third apology. I think it's the second, because she apologized to her when they were at the dude ranch, and now she's apologizing again. And I feel like every time Heavenly apologizes, I will say she do add a little bit of stank to it, but Sweet Tea returns it, and then she's like, that's not good enough. And I'm just like, nothing ever is going to be good enough for you because you don't like that lady and you don't respect her. So stop begging for an apology. Shut up at this point. Just like take it for what it is. You don't really like the lady, but you want to be on this show. Be cordial, keep it very surface level, and keep it pushing. But this constant begging of somebody to give you an apology, I have too much pride for that. Either you going to apologize to me or you not. And we going to just move from there. That's just how I roll at this point. So things kind of get heated. We see Dr. Mimi come in to like calm everybody down and basically tell Heavenly like what Sweet Tea needs from you is patience. Because Heavenly's like, I've apologized to her several times. I even came over here trying to smooth things over with her, and she always giving me attitude. Because Heavenly and her got into an argument where she was like, Heavenly was like, what happened between us wasn't that deep, and I'm not like, I don't even know you like that. So then Sweet Tea was like, if you don't know me, you could get the F out. And I'm just like, girl, it's not that deep. Like, even though, like, here's the thing. Heavenly did say some messed up things. When she called that man the P word, she was wrong. Completely wrong, and she should have gave that man an apology when the season opened up. But everything else, girl, you contributed to it. Just because Heavenly went off the deep end does not absolve Sweet Tea from the mean things she said to that lady. It just doesn't. It doesn't. And it's like, I'm over it. I'm over this storyline. I'm over her begging for an apology. Like, it's pathetic. It's irritating at this point. So, and then to find out that they went out to the club and had a good time and went dancing, girl, are you really mad? Because if you really that mad and you don't trust this lady, I wouldn't go to the club with them. I wouldn't be dancing with them. I wouldn't be in videos doing all of this. I wouldn't be doing all of that. If we're not friends, we're not friends. If I don't like you, I don't trust you, I'm not going to get buddy with you. You're being weird. For the Birkin party, we see Contessa and Simone in the car together. Contessa thinking that Toya either pregnant or Quad is pregnant because, King gave Quad the Rolls Royce, because she was like, that's kind of like a really permanent gift. Like, that costs more than a ring. So I'm thinking like maybe she pregnant. And Simone's like, girl, I don't know. Then Quad and are in the car together. Quad and Heavenly are in the car together. And Heavenly's in her confessional being like, is this a roundabout way to say Quad is pregnant? Is Toya pregnant? I don't know what's going on. So we see Contessa and Simone get to Toya's house first. They see Ashton making his smash burgers, and they're all like, what's going on with you? Even Contessa like kisses Toya's belly, and I said, girl. And so then Contessa and Toya start talking, where Toya's like, well, I saw at the event you and Heavenly didn't really speak. And that's when Contessa ends up saying that her and Heavenly need to have a one-on-one conversation, and in order for them to move forward and all of that stuff. But she doesn't want it to be forced. She wants it to be organic. Shout out to Nene. But my only thing with Contessa is, you are mad. You're angry. You constantly, every time you see Heavenly, you taking shots. Clearly you want to talk to her, so why wait so long? Just talk to the lady. Talk to her. Just do it. So, Quad and Heavenly get there. They get a phone call from Jackie when everyone's sitting down and eating. She can't go because she has to go into surgery. And it's now time for Toya to come out with a fake baby, and it's her Birkin. Everybody's like, girl, you had a party for a Birkin. And then what was funny is like everybody else is like, well, I had one. Like Contessa is like, this your first one? And she was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, that makes sense. Simone says she got two. Then she couldn't say Hermes. She said, I don't care if it's called Herman or Hermes. I don't care. I'm going to call it what I want to call it. I think Quad said she had one. And then Heavenly ended up just being like, girl, I know I got like one or two, but I can't tell you what they look like because I ain't used them in a while. But everyone's just like, only Toya would have a party for a Birkin. And I saw some people being like, well, why are we mad that Toya's having a party for a Birkin? Where if this was the Real Housewives show, like we would be okay with it, because I remember Garcelle had her Birkin party. And I feel like the difference is Garcelle called it that, called it a Birkin party, not a baby shower. Like, she didn't have people thinking that she was pregnant. And I think that's the part where everybody was like, girl, this is stupid. When if she would have just been up front and been like, it's a Birkin party, and like, bring your Birkins, I think everybody would have been like, oh, okay, cool, this is fun. I mean, I still thought it was kind of fun. I think her setup for her fake baby shower was actually nice. And when Ashton said it's ugly, I cackled. That little boy said, and it's ugly. Let me flip this patty. I was so tickled. He is funny. So Toya ends up ending the episode by saying, Mimi, this is probably the last time you ever gonna see all of us like being cool, smiling like this. And that's where the episode ended. Yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. As always, remember to be bravely authentic, and definitely hop down in the comments below and share your thoughts with me. Remember to like and subscribe. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.